to check out our video sponsor, Rogue Energy. That's ROUGEENERGY. Use discount code SITH, SITH, for 10% off your next order of Rogue Energy.
Remember to follow us if you're listening on Spotify. And of course, subscribe to us if you're viewing us on YouTube.
Hello there, and welcome back to another video from the boys at This Is The Way. This is our first video in a long time, and the first video where you're actually seeing all of our faces at the same time. Also, it is the video where we debut our new intro. So I hope you enjoyed that previously, made by me. Right, so as you may be wondering, I am your host, Legend Alex, for today, and I am joined here with the rather dashingly handsome i.tye.
Hello there, people. Hi.
And, you know, the game master, the Master Chief himself, Liam.
Hey, what's up, guys? Glad to be back for another one.
All right, so today we will be talking about DC FanDome, and who better to kick off the gaming aspect side of things than no other than Liam.
I only have one question. How has a video game done King Shark more justice than the CW show?
Oh!
It's the CW, isn't it? It focuses more on
kicking it off with
petty
Suicide Squad.
It focuses more on petty.
How have they done it? King Shark looks better in the game than CW. How?
In the CW, they focus more on the relationship of Barry and Iris as opposed to the superhero things.
But the game's been released actually looks solid. I'm really excited for these personally. Obviously, you got Suicide Squad. Terrible movie, but could be a banging game. Also, you've got Gotham Knights. Although the only problem is Batman's dead in that game, so you're playing as everyone else. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. But apart from, you know, expansions here and there with the Arkham games, we've never played as characters like the Red Hood, like Red Robin, even like Nightwing. I think these will be fucking awesome, personally.
What do you mean we've never played as them? We played as them in DLC.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Other than expansions for the Arkham game, we've never played them as like proper characters.
I mean, there were a couple levels at the end of the games where it wasn't just free for all, free flow combat. You did have little story missions where you got to play as them. It gave you a bit of a snippet of what it would be like to have them as an actual character. It's like, you know, in Arkham Knight at the end, where Robin's like going to the cage. I think if you stayed in the cage like 3 or 4 times, it should have put you as Robin to finish it off.
That would have been
so
cool.
It would have 2 endings sort of thing.
But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to these gaming aspects. DC FanDome have like literally covered every aspect to a T. Movies, video games, TV shows. I think this is where they take Marvel. Marvel have obviously, you know,
Marvel shit themselves right now.
We've not had much Phase 4 wise. Obviously, what we've had, we look forward to like Thor, Love and Thunder, and all that. But DC FanDome has blown everything out of the water. I think this is their MCU Phase 2, where they really start making the big money. And
here's the thing with
Marvel's falling off a little bit.
With DC though, DC have always produced fairly decent TV shows, and Marvel have like never been able to get the same success as they've had from their movie franchise. Whereas DC, on the other hand, have had a really, really, really bad movie franchise, the DCEU.
Yeah.
It's gotten better.
It had potential, and we're getting the Snyder Cut, so I mean, hopefully we can salvage something from that. I know I'm definitely getting HBO Max for that.
Yeah, the thing about DCE movies, they're so inconsistent. Like, it started off strong. Man of Steel
was actually pretty good, and I know that's controversial to say. A lot of people
then if you watch the actual version of Batman vs Superman, Zack Snyder's vision, not the shitty theatrical cut, wasn't as bad a film. It wasn't great, but it wasn't as bad as what we saw in the cinema. And then, they've been so inconsistent. You had Wonder Woman, banger, Aquaman, banger, Shazam, banger, but then you had Justice League, Suicide Squad that flopped, and it's like, they're just so inconsistent. Yeah, exactly. They need to decide what they're doing.
See, if you go back, you can watch my review on Birds of Prey and the Fabulous Emancipation of Harley Quinn. I actually enjoyed the movie when I first watched it, if it was a standalone movie, but because it's part of an extended universe.
But you know what? I'm actually so looking forward to this version of Suicide Squad. Obviously, Margot Robbie and Jai Courtney, they're the only two characters actually coming back.
No, Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag, and Viola Davis as Amanda Waller.
So the only one that dropped is Will Smith as Deadshot.
I didn't mind Will Smith's portrayal. Will Smith's portrayal as Deadshot. I actually didn't mind it being. I feel.
I'm actually really looking forward to this. You got like Peter Capaldi, you got fucking Idris Elba in this. I'm actually so looking forward to this Suicide Squad. Harley's
fans went crazy when they probably saw Pete Capaldi. I was just like, as the thinkers,
Doctor Who fans probably went nuts.
I got one question about the Suicide Squad game. I mean, did anyone notice like Captain Boomerang was moving faster than usual? Thinking,
yeah, I did notice that actually in the trailer. I was like, wait a minute,
are you a speedster?
I know he's a Flash villain, but he's not got speed. Like, where's this?
And it just goes to show. It does show when a game does look better than kind of the actual film, and they're going up against Superman. I was like, oof.
That will definitely be interesting.
And again, Rocksteady are back to do this game. Is it any in connection with the Arkham games? I don't know.
Well, as Liam was saying a couple of seconds ago, Batman's dead. So we could assume that this is happening after Arkham Knight.
Post Arkham Knight.
Because after Arkham Knight, Batman does execute the Nightfall Protocol.
The different studios they have, like, are they? Or there's like different.
No. Arkham Knight's Rocksteady, isn't it?
Rocksteady did Arkham Knight.
Rocksteady did all of them except for Origins, and Warner Brothers in-house productions did Origins, which is why it's so critically bad, because it's not Rocksteady, and it's not got Kevin Conroy or Mark Hamill as the Batman or the Joker, which is another reason why people dislike it. But you can also see why the other actors do a good portrayal of them, because they seem like a younger version.
Speaking of another Batman, have you seen that Ben Affleck is returning with Michael Keaton?
See, I don't understand how that's gonna work.
I do. I think it could be a perfect. I've seen a post on Instagram. It's like the Flash movie is the perfect ending for Batfleck's arc. If he's in a movie about saving someone's mother, and understanding that, and like it was hard to explain, but when I read it, I was like, that actually makes perfect sense for like Batfleck, who is 40 years on, and he's still just so hung up about his mother's death. And then you're gonna have like Barry Allen's The Flash. I think it could work.
I just don't get how Keaton and Batfleck are going to be in the same universe.
Keaton
was confirmed though that the DCEU Flash got his name from that cameo in Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Keaton, I like the idea of being back, but however, I don't know. I feel Keaton, he should be, and I always wanted a Tim Burton third Batman, because I think it should be like that. But I won't mind if Keaton comes back as like a little cameo. I think that'd be fine. But if they kind of just like shoehorn him in. I was just like, no, I don't.
The only thing they have to be worried about is you got 2 Batmans turning up in a Flash movie. Make sure your Flash movie stays about the Flash.
There's also another issue with for me for having Keaton back is he's part of the MCU and part of the contracts that they have to sign, and it's happened a lot actually with actors going in between the 2 universes of DC and the MCU. I swear there's supposed to be rules against this sort of thing happening.
Well, I mean, technically, Keaton's Vulture went to prison, and he wasn't slated to be in any more movies.
The thing is, he's also supposed to be in what's it called, Morbius.
Morbius, yes, but that is not MCU. That is different.
No, it's not
So
MCU. It's in the same universe as Venom, but we know that Holland Spider-Man is also in Venom's universe because he's going to be in Venom 2. So it's weird.
It's weird, but at the end of the day, I think Michael Keaton had to come back to it because Batman is the role that made him a household name, personally. Like, he'd done stuff before this, don't get me wrong, but it was his Batman portrayals that actually put him as a household name. I think, anyway.
And I always considered Keaton as kind of my Batman, you know, kind of growing up, and you know, especially live action wise. And
well, yeah, you didn't really have the Batman like Dark Knight trilogy till about 2005. Before that, the only good portrayal was Michael Keaton. Obviously, he had the Adam West, but like, you know, we don't talk about, you know, George Clooney
Adam
and Val
West's
Kilmer.
one was a bit campy though.
Yeah, but that was the good kind of campy. I think that's where George Clooney and Val Kilmer both went wrong. They both had the bad kind of campy.
I always say
He had the bat nipples as well.
George Clooney's one, absolute poggers. I can't defend. No. Val Kilmer's one, okay. Portrayal-wise, it was okay.
Well,
not the
Val
best.
Kilmer's Batman Returns was the worst movie.
You mean Batman Forever?
That's it. Batman Forever was the worst movie.
I'm actually going to kind of go out on a limb and kind of a little defend Batman Forever because, you know, I remember people talking about that film mainly because, like, they didn't like Jim Carrey, didn't like Tommy Lee Jones. I'll defend them. Nicole Kidman, Val Kilmer arc. Okay, I understand that. That was pointless. I don't know why you added that. That just didn't do anything to the movie. But then, however, you know, people didn't like how Jim Carrey was running around in like a green kind of spandex, and it's just like,
suit, yeah.
Like, what do you expect? It was Jim Carrey in the 90s. Like, I'm sorry, what do you expect? Like,
it's just Jim Carrey in general.
And also, Tommy Lee Jones, I've seen many of his other roles, Zombie and Men in Black and other kind of variations. I did not mind him in this. I kind of liked that he went for like a kind of psychotic kind of approach to Harvey Dent's character.
I think the problem with Tommy Lee Jones was that he obviously took Billy D. Williams' job as Two-Face. Obviously, Billy D. Williams was the original Harvey Dent. I think that's where a lot of people had an issue with Tommy Lee Jones. Because Billy D. Williams is Billy D. Williams. Like, it's a fucking icon.
Can't imagine Lando as Two-Face. I was just like, he's looking like a cool looking Two-Face. But anyway, however, and also just to say, Batman Forever gave us a banging of a song, "Kiss from a Rose."
I'll give you that.
But so, you know, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the film is perfect in any way. It had its issues, but you know what? In certain aspects, I can enjoy. I kind of understand what Schumacher, the director at the time, R.I.P., he did pass away recently. So I kind of saw what his vision in comparison to Burton's, made it somewhat to Burton's.
At the end of the day, it was the 90s. Like, films were, you know, that's how films were, especially comic book films that were kind of laughed at a bit until you had things like Blade.
I mean, comic book films weren't taken seriously till the early 2000s.
No, they weren't. So
Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Sorry,
exactly.
I'm distracted.
X-Men.
But
X-Men.
If you think about it, guys, in the next 2 years, we will have 3 versions of Batman on screen.
Mad.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck coming back.
What year's the Flash movie come out?
2022.
See, it was rumored to come out like a couple of years ago. This is going back to 2016.
24.
4. Okay, I don't watch this series, but Batwoman, they have an actor confirmed. I can't remember his name. Confirmed.
Oh, Titans as well. Titans have confirmed.
Was it 5? Well, he's Bruce
They have
Wayne.
a Batman. Yeah, it's still Batman though, isn't it?
Yeah.
They don't have the rights to call him Batman, but they do. But they don't have the rights to have him in the Bat.
They've not actually said
Warner
his
Brothers is
name.
weird, man. So weird. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
well,
Yeah,
at
so,
the
like,
end of
DCEU.
Titans, in the first season, you see Robin fighting like a silhouette of Batman because he's in the dream state by Raven's dad. And then in season
only
2,
thing
you
you
actually
see
see
of
his
Batman,
face.
You never see him in the costume, really. The only thing you hear is
No.
"fuck Batman" at the start.
You kind of see his costume at the end of the first season.
Yeah,
It's
but,
sort of a shit gimp suit, really.
Moving somewhat off tangent, boys. Back a little bit on the kind of trail back to DC fandom, but yeah, another thing that we've been waiting, I think, a lot more longer. This has been, I think, prior to Green Lantern times. Film sat trash, but yeah, Black Adam.
oh my god, we've been waiting for Black Adam. Fucking
Well, when
years.
Shazam got announced, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, Dwayne Johnson would make a great Black Adam." And everyone's like, "Yeah." And then Dwayne's like, "Hold up, not doing that, no." And then now, Dwayne's doing that.
I mean,
He's doing
earlier
that.
back in the years, he wanted to do it. It was just like and I swear he said confirmed, and I'm sure he signed some contract to say, "Oh yeah, sure, I'm gonna do it," but then obviously never kind of waited around. And I think what Warner Brothers did, they wanted to bring in the DCU slight of and kind of establish it. So
I also think what they were doing personally was waiting to see what they were doing with Henry Cavill, because Superman was a big part of Black Adam's, along with Shazam. Like the animated movie Superman Shazam versus Black Adam was one of the first big things that we ever saw Black Adam in. I think Superman would be a big part of Black Adam's story. And I don't think they wanted to do anything until they knew what we were doing with Henry Cavill.
Well, we see
Personally.
Henry Cavill's Superman emblem at the end of Shazam in the lunch hall. So that's
Exactly.
kind of like, oh, here's Superman, here's Henry Cavill. And I don't think they actually got Cavill to do it.
No, it was someone else who did it. That cameo.
Unfortunately. But I reckon if they put enough money on the table for him, he'd give up his witchering for...
No, Cavill wants to do Superman, but Warner Brothers keep fucking him around.
He's the one that quit it. But they have fucked him around, yeah.
how can you treat it?
Cavill wants to do Superman.
I mean, Cavill is a specimen of an actor.
He is.
Cavill wants to do Superman, and then they're all about making fucking Supergirl movies, and they're like, where's our Man of Steel 2? Why did we get a Harley Quinn spin-off movie before we got a Man of Steel 2?
This is most likely not going to happen, but some may do not know there is a part 2 to DC fandom coming. So, Man of Steel 2, probably not, but
Probably not.
yeah, but
And they need to.
Cavill's got other projects at the moment now, though, hasn't he? He's getting ready to film The Witcher season 2. Thank fuck. Fuck COVID, ruining my hopes and dreams.
But Black Adam does look hopeful, and they are introducing the Justice Society of America.
They are, and I'm excited for that.
Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate, I think there's some other names involved.
I'd love to see it on-screen Dr. Fate. Like, we've got like cameos and like Constantine and that, but I'd love to see like an on-screen Dr. Fate.
Dr. Fate, mate.
Oh, I want to see some more Jesse Eisenberg, Lex Luthor.
You know what? He actually didn't do a terrible job.
He had his curly hair. He got under your skin in the Man of Steel movie. Was it Man of Steel? Or was it Batman vs Superman? Batman vs Superman, yeah. He got under your skin, and he has his actual hair until the end, and then you see him bald, and you're like, now he does look like Lex.
Yeah, he could actually do it.
People were just like so pissed off. I mean,
That's the problem with like
style.
The problems with like people worrying about Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is because they were so fixed on the original Lex Luthor, who tried to beat the Man of Steel with real estate, like fucking plans evolve, and like Jesse
thing,
Eisenberg, he did a good portrayal. So at the end of the day, the universe has done a good job of showing how much just godly Superman is, and Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is just a man, and it just kind of portrays his more unhinged side and his smarter side.
It's the
Personally.
same with the CW Lex Luthor. He's just a man there as well. But again, with that, I honestly don't see why they were like, okay, we're gonna kill off Lex Luthor, and now the bad guy's Lex Luthor's sister because feminism.
John Cryer is such a banging Lex Luthor. It's unreal.
The CW keep doing this though. They're like, oh, we'll change plots and stuff for feminism or other things like that.
Literally.
And as Alex is making a nice transition into the CW, and Alex has got a nice T-shirt on, guess what we're talking about next? That was my
Ryan Reynolds is the Green Lantern.
I'm in a solid gin company recently.
A Flash season 7.
I still haven't finished season 6.
Guilty. Yeah. After Crisis, I was just like, no, go away.
I didn't even
say is just don't finish it.
I didn't finish Crisis, if I'm honest. I got to the Christmas point, and they were like, "Oh, this is happening," and John Cryer had just written out Superman and taken his place, and then I was like, "Yeah, Kingdom Come Superman," and I'm just like, "Yeah, I'll continue it," and then just never got back into it.
I pushed on with it. I was thinking, hey, it could get better.
For the CW though, it's so lore heavy, and there are so many shows you have to watch to understand what's going on. It's not something that you can pick up and start binging. It's too complicated because of all the crossovers that they do.
Have you seen the disgusting thing they're now doing?
What?
Even though Arrow has ended, it should have stayed as the Arrowverse. It's now being called the CW verse.
I mean, I can see why they're doing it, because Arrow is no longer running with the baton. I can see why they're doing that, because they might want to keep this universe going for another 10, 20 years, maybe. Who knows how long they're going to keep it on the air for, right? Probably with different shows. They might kill off Barry and Wally, hopefully, at some point, and have Bart Allen and the future Flashes and stuff.
Arrowverse just sounds cool.
It does, but...
And it kind of kicked it off, and it kind of...
It was the show that was the catalyst for it. If they hadn't have got the yes on Arrow, then they wouldn't have got Barry Allen, so they wouldn't have got the yes on the Flash.
But I don't understand why CW just kind of just keep on having L after L, because all their...
I feel like it's a bit of a disrespect, because now Arrow's ended, changing their name.
The thing with CW,
no one's going to remember that Arrow was part of it, like new fans.
The thing with CW is they focus less and less and less on the superhero aspects of things, and more and more on the relationship between Barry and Iris. And
really?
You're here and you're like, yeah, I'm here for a superhero show. Don't get me wrong. I want to see some of the best storylines in comic books and movies are where the superhero has all their powers stripped and they have to be themselves to overcome what's happening. Because it's like in Spider-Man Homecoming, when Peter is having the suit taken off him, and he's like, if you're nothing without the suit, what are you? if you're nothing without the powers, what are you? But we I've just gone over.
The thing
what I
about
was saying.
CW is they look at the comics and like, oh, this was a straight white male character. Nah, this is now a lesbian black woman. That'll work.
Oh, this is a ginger. This is a ginger speedster. Now he's a big black guy. Wally West.
Yeah. CW they start off so good with their seasons. And
They did.
Oh, Legends of Tomorrow. Very good first season. Now, what? The thought of that show is just...
Supergirl started off so good. And now, what is it?
Yeet.
What is it?
I would just say I'm watching Black Knighting. Black Knighting is having a little consistent run. They've been doing okay with Black Knighting. That's
because CW don't own Black Lightning.
Yeah. Lucifer though. That twist at the end.
Don't spoil it when you're in episode 6. Episode 6.
Leave it for another podcast. Now, CW, let us talk about a Mr. James Gunn. Ooh, indeed.
Suicide Squad.
James Gunn, I have all the confidence in, you know. Obviously, there's some members of the squad. We have got no clue. The thing that made me laugh as well, I want to hear that conversation that James Gunn had with his brother Sean. So, hi, we want you to be a weasel.
Yeah. We want you to... You know that really cool character from Guardians of the Galaxy that you didn't play? We got like a B version of that in this movie. Would you like to play that one?
Yeah. All right, cool. And James Gunn has just helped out all pop culture fans. Just in general, I mean, the former Doctor, Peter Capaldi as the Thinker, Nathan Fillion, Captain Mal from Firefly.
Nathan Fillion should have been cast in superhero movies ages ago.
Nathan Fillion should have been cast as Nathan Drake over Tom Holland. For the
he made his own fan film, didn't he?
He didn't make his own fan film. He starred in a fan film.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of times he said, "Yeah, I'd be interested in it," and he appeared in a fan film for it.
But yes, the Suicide Squad, our hopes,
our dreams. I mean, and yet overall looks good. I mean, the cast. I mean, I liked what they did with John Cena, the Peacemaker. I didn't see John Cena. He's in this film.
Oh yes, he is. He has the Peacemaker. He's got traditional character look.
Sorry, I was being sarcastic because he's John Cena.
Liam here with the puns.
Yeah, man.
Great.
Fun and jokes.
And I'm so happy they brought Jai Courtney back. Literally the best part of that movie.
He was. Captain Boomerang's the best part of that movie.
And, you know, Harley Quinn, Margot Robbie, of course, for the sales. Let's be honest.
She actually looked even better in this film, though. They actually managed to get a costume so perfect. I was like, oh. Margot Robbie.
Big boy Idris Elba. I thought Bronze Tiger, I thought he was going to take over Will Smith's role as Deadshot. But no, I think his character's called Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Is every DC movie just coming out in 2021?
Pretty much.
We can, I guess a little spacing would be.
I mean, Taika Waititi's supposed to be in it.
Yeah. That's a good.
What is this?
Just in the middle of a battle, his core rocks up like, hey, man.
Is DC just stealing all of the Marvel actors because they need them?
Yeah, man.
Idris Elba, Taika Waititi, they're both 4 actors.
Literally, Warner Brothers just stands out at Marvel Studios, just like, hey, how's it going? See, you're done here. Okay, yeah, sure. We got a lot of money here. Just come over. over.
Wherever it is. Right, Idris Elba,
Look,
your
I
I
dominant
mean,
character.
Strong Gun, Guardians of the Galaxy actor.
Michael Rooker.
Come
Oh my
on,
God, I forgot
they
Michael
are
Rooker's
just
in Suicide
stealing
Squad.
all of the MCU actors to try and
In all
make.
fairness, James Gunn is very close with like
With a lot of
Sean Gunn
cast.
is his brother, obviously, and Michael Rooker. I think they're very good friends as well. And Nathan Fillion, he is also close. So
I mean, and we can also link Peter Capaldi to Doctor Who, which then links us to Karen Gillan, who is also in the Suicide Squad.
Karen Gillan's also in the Suicide Squad. What?
No, she's not. No, she's not.
I'm joking. I meant in Guardians.
She's in
Galaxy.
Guardians.
But who knows? Who
It's all
knows?
connected. It's all connected.
It's all connected.
There's some deeper meaning.
The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? The numbers.
I am vengeance.
I mean, Nathan Fillion might
What,
play.
no, that was too good
Okay.
of a. We've got to discuss this. That was too good of a transition. Oh my goodness. Batman, boys, are we ready?
I just hope Suicide Squad 2 is nothing to do with music videos and selling like merch and shit like Suicide Squad was, and I hope it's got.
We're ready for the Batman.
And I hope it's got nothing to do with I don't know anything Batman on me.
We're ready for Batman.
Show us Harley Quinn. Show us Harley. She counts. She counts.
I've got Harley Quinn somewhere.
Hey, baby.
Guys, I'm excited for Batman. We all dissed
my
Robert
God, that
Pattinson.
trailer.
We all dissed Robert Pattinson, but oh my God.
He looks like
looks
an
a
emo kid.
beast. Oh,
Just that scene where he just beats the living shit out of a criminal.
And
I thought he just straight
He's like,
killed him.
who are you supposed to be? And he's just like,
Slap the motherfucker.
then I'm like, he's like, and I'm like, oh, I'm Batman. I am vengeance. And I'm like, let down.
Feels so good.
Ruined it. Patterson, you had one line.
No, I like the vengeance more.
No.
Harkens me back to the animated vibes.
I'd rather hear him go, I'm Batman. Even
No,
though
we've
he
had
just
too many of those. We've had too
even
many
though he
of
just
those.
talks and he's like, I'm vengeance.
At
He's not
first-
even deep in his voice. He's just.
At first, I thought this was a Nolan kind of, no, but then again, this looks more gore. Like, yes, Reeves. You can tell Matt Reeves is just a good writer, mate. Like,
This is a Batman who's in his second year. He's going to be like more mean. He's going to be like deadlier. I think that's why
I mean, you can turn around and say the same for Batman and Batman Begins. But because he's in his first months.
I just, as much as I like Chris Bell, I didn't overly like the gravelly Batman voice. I kind of like what Patterson's doing.
I mean, it sounded like he smoked like 10 a day for 100 years before he took up being the Batman.
Did you guys see Colin Farrell as the Penguin? Wow.
Yeah, he's not unrecognisable. I was like, wait a minute. Can't believe we're having the Riddler as a main villain. We've never really had Riddler.
I think we need another not Harley movie. Fuck off. Poison Ivy movie. We haven't seen Poison Ivy on the big screen since Batman and Robin.
Yes.
Would be interesting.
It would be because she was played so shit by
Uma Thurman.
Wow. Ooh.
And Mr. Freeze was so bad by Arnold Schwarzenegger as well. He just seemed gay.
At least they gave him a reason why he's absolutely jacked. They were like, oh yeah, he's like an Olympic decathlon 3 times winner. That's why he's fucking ripped as shit.
I mean, or you just say because he's Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
He has an exercise named after him, the fucking Arnold press, which Liam does half sets of.
Shut up. Our half sets are like your triple sets compared to what we lift.
one thing.
Oh my God, boys! Just the Batmobile. Oh, give me more of that Batmobile.
Everything about this Batman just feels very kit bashed together, as opposed to how he was as Bale.
Me personally, okay, this is just me. I don't know if you guys feel the same thing about this, but okay, Jeffrey Wright, Zoe Kravitz. Look, okay, I don't like when they take comic characters who are white in the comics and now you're making them black. I didn't like it when you did it with the Human Torch. I didn't like it when you did it with the Black Canary. I'm not liking it when you're doing it with Jeffrey Wright. I'm not liking it what you're doing with Catwoman. Just
see, I can see there's some characters. Some characters, don't get me wrong, do need a diversity. I know it sounds like I'm defending it, but some characters need a bit of diversity. Others don't. Don't touch them. It's legit.
Me and Alex can't say this, but you can, so it's okay.
Thing is, right?
No, you guys can have your opinion.
No, me and Alex can't say this, so we're racist and we're evil, but you can say it, it's fine.
No.
See it.
Wally West, right, should not have been diversified. That's my opinion. But other characters, like Joe, work so well.
Oh,
Joe West
was
in
he
the
white?
Flash.
I never realized.
Yeah, because Iris was white in the comics as well.
The
But Joe
thing is,
West as a black character is so fucking badass. He feels like an absolute badass. It's also like Nick Fury. Before the MCU,
He was
and
white.
the comics, he was the white guy. Samuel L. Jackson, fucking badass. Some characters do need that diversification. Others just don't touch it.
See, the thing is, like, these black characters that you said are like powerful, they're badass. The reason that we like them so much is because they're not characters that mention that they're black. They just carry on with their shit.
Exactly.
They're like, we're badass in our own right, not because we're black, so we're cool.
Like, well, just with me, it's just, I see what they're doing. It is a little nitpicky thing in the air there. I just kind of see it. It's just like, okay, and overall, I guess, in terms of if they played good, if they're a good character, I was like, okay, fine, I can live with that. For example, like the Birds of Prey girl, Black Canary, don't know the actress's name, but just thought, I would. So that's what I said in general. But in the sense, me personally, I want to see more dudes like Miles Morales, Val Zod. Like,
exactly, Miles Morales, amazing Spider-Man. Amazing Spider-Man.
Luke Cage, we want to see more people like that, taking
great characters. Riri Williams, Ironheart. Yes, great. Lovely.
Kamala Khan. Monica Rambeau, that's what we want to see. Like,
just make new characters with diversity. Don't change the pre-existing characters. And if you are going to do that, just give them the mantle. Just change their name and give them that mantle.
Just make badass characters.
It's like after Spider-Man dies, Miles Morales becomes Spider-Man, right? And it's not like we've rebooted Spider-Man. We're continuing. And he's taking up the mantle.
With a different character.
Yeah, just make a new badass character. Don't have them have to rely on the success of other characters for them to be badass.
That's the thing. Exactly. Don't change a character to be black because you want to put diversity into it. Make a new character, give them a backstory, and give them the mantle.
Exactly.
100%. But yeah, the Batman. Dope.
So looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's like if they wanted to go, let's do a black Batman, do not make it Bruce Wayne. Call him something else. Make Bruce Wayne.
We have black Batman in the comics. Like, just make him a different character.
Yeah,
in the comics, David Mamba, I believe his name is called.
Yeah. It was just an African Batman. Just make a different Batman.
And yeah, Val Zod is the black Superman. Superman disappeared, and then But actually, I think in his story, Val Zod was the one that came to Earth, and he's General Zod's son. Kal-El never came to Earth, I think, in that kind of variation. Stuff like that. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to read about, you know?
Exactly. Just don't
I don't want a Black
change.
Clark Kent.
Just don't change your characters for the sake
to make like
of
us,
that.
like to make me feel better. Thinking that's not making me feel better. I'm thinking, why are you robbing?
You're changing the storyline. Like, what are you doing? I mean, yes,
Someone
the
that was
color of the
established
actor's
known
skin
as
does not change their ability on being a good version of that character. It's just not true to the feel of the comics, which we all know and love.
that true.
Right, Gucci gang.
HBO Max. I think I'm actually just going to get HBO Max for the sake of the Snyder Cut.
Literally, I am looking forward to it so much. Getting Black Suit Superman. We're getting a cool Dark Side.
Hopefully, if he does use that clip where Henry Cavill had the mustache, hopefully they've done some better CGI, because that CGI just made me want to vomit. You could see his lip moving all over the place.
The thing is, those things came in as reshoots. Henry Cavill was done. So hopefully they'll be completely tossed out.
And I'm hoping they're doing Snyder's Vision. So 4 hours long, you know, Superman comes back, he's mad, Lois dies, you know, Flash goes back in time. We see the little snippet from Batman versus Superman. If we get that movie, mate.
If we get that movie, oh god, that would probably make more money than Avengers Endgame.
Justice League had such potential. It was just
really
put together as a pile of shit. Now the Snyder Cut is something that could actually save it.
And unfortunately, that's Joss Whedon to blame. There is a theory that Joss Whedon actually did what he could to derail it, so it didn't live up to the success of the Avengers films that he directed.
What? I don't know why you would do that though, because you're only tarnishing your name. You've been brought into this project because they know you're a good actor, and you're like, no, I prefer Marvel. Don't do the contract. That's my thing. Every person that's watched a Marvel movie can also probably hold up their hand and say they've watched a DC movie. Yeah?
Yeah.
We all like what we like, and we all prefer what we prefer. Don't get me wrong, I'm more Marvel over DC, but it doesn't stop me loving the universe and the characters just as much. I love The Flash more than I love Captain America, but I love Captain America.
Yeah.
We can all have fun.
Hopefully the Snyder Cut will be banging. And I'm glad they're making it on a series, because his vision would be too long for a feature-length movie. I'm very glad they're making it a series on HBO Max.
And it's, you know, lost my train of thought. But yeah, I've noticed that DC, they've always banged out of the park with like solo movies, you know, Aquaman, Shazam, you know, Man of Steel. They've done very
Joker.
DC actually bangs
solo movies.
Can't seem to do team up ones.
But like when it's a collective, it's just like I've
probably voiced my my opinion on Justice League a few times before. I just don't get. I always forget the bad guy's name in
Steppenwolf. He looks
because it just sounds like a normal person's name. Oh, you're right, guys. I'm Steppenwolf. Like no.
He didn't sound menacing. He didn't look scary. He didn't look like, wait, you're
but the thing that I don't understand is every other Justice League member has their ass kicked repeatedly by Steppenwolf, and then Superman comes in, dead.
Yeah.
What was the point? It could have just been taken on as a Superman movie. But anyway, guys, I think we're gonna have to wrap up the video here. It's getting pretty late.
And Liam's got to head off.
Yeah.
All right, guys. I'll sign off us first.
Yeah,
Alex.
yeah.
Thanks so much for watching, guys, and thanks so much to all our listeners on Spotify and for tuning in. Do remember to obviously hit the follow button, and of course, if you're viewing us on YouTube, do remember to subscribe. Remember to like, comment your favorite part of DC fandom. What are you most excited for, and let us know.
If there's anything that we have missed, put in the comments as well, and we might make a part 2 to this video where we have a discussion of other parts. As Ty said earlier, there might be a part 2 of DC fandom as well, and we will cover that as well.
There is still much to talk about, but it's getting late, so we could end up making a part 2. Who knows?
Who knows? Our
Yes.
schedules are completely wild at the moment. There will be monthly uploads coming from us as well. Also, don't forget to. So, Liam, you know how we normally end these videos.
But before we leave, one last thing before we leave. Do not forget to subscribe to catch up with our series coming in the few weeks. The monthly podcast where me and the boys, we talk about Star Wars. We just geek about Star Wars.
And other geeky stuff. The Boys is coming out. We're probably going to have a video coming out on Lucifer. Maybe it might just be a discussion between me and Liam. Ty has the sidecast coming out.
The sidecast.
Liam has Avengers gameplay coming out very soon.
The Avengers gameplay.
Indeed. But yes, of course. Sorry, Alex, didn't mean to cut you off. But yes, you know how we end things with the Liam socials. 10 seconds.
LRTgaming, that's just my YouTube and my Instagram. Go hit it up. I've been a bit slacking a bit, but I've been moving about. But Avengers gameplay will be coming out soon, and it will be out before it's out in stores. So you will have exclusive access on this channel and on mine. So make sure you check it out.
Alex.
Just Legend Alex on Legend_Alex1 on Instagram. Go give me a follow. Message me if you have anything to talk about. Go check out my YouTube channel, Legend Alex, where I recently just ended a series of Batman Arkham Asylum early. Ty.
Yes, i.tye, YouTube. We do fun stuff over there. You know, we do gameplay, films. Do a little skit. Yes. And Instagram, i._tye at. Yeah, that. And of course, our socials for this channel are in the link in the description. Everything's in the link in the description below. But yeah, we're going to end it there. Alex, you start.
Also, the music for the YouTube video, our intro was kindly donated to us by a guy called Samuel Music. Go check him out. His link is in the description as well. He is a great composer. He has some awesome renditions on different versions of songs, like a Renaissance version of Duel of Fates and Revenge of the Sith themes. Go check him out. He is an amazing composer. Remember, guys, this is the way.
This is the way.
This is the way.